would just really like to start off by saying thank you for making time to share your story with us today. I would just really like you to start off by just giving us an introduction to yourself, just a bit of what you do for a living and family-wise and so forth.
I'm Lesley Finlay. I have two daughters, one who is 31 and one who's 25. One is a teacher and one is a midwife. I'm married to my husband now for 31 years. I've been working at Bowler Plastics, which is an injection blow molding manufacturing facility. I've been with them for 23 years. I'm actually a teacher. Qualified as a teacher and left the profession and then came here and been here for 23 years. I was diagnosed in 2007 with MS, which is multiple sclerosis. So I've been dealing with that as well. I'm very much an animal activist. I have 5 cats and we'll be getting a little doggy soon. And that's my life.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. And so now let's start with the serious questions, So I want you to take us back to that time of your diagnosis, Lesley.
I must be very honest with you. I was a silly lady. I've been going through menopause for the last 2-3 years and started bleeding excessively last year and was too scared to do anything about it. It was really very bad. In September last year, during COVID, it was bad and I didn't want to go to the hospital. And in September, I went to a doctor who said I had to go to a gynae. And I still did nothing about it. And then in February, I went to see my neurologist because in December already, I was eating ice. I was eating buckets of ice. And I went to my neurologist and I said to him, there's something wrong with me. And he said, well, let's do tests. And my iron levels were down to 2. I had to go and have a whole lot of tests. And eventually I went to a gynae. She was convinced that I had cancer. She did an internal and was convinced. And they did tests and came back and said to me, and that was in February, the end of February, said, no, it's okay. It's not cancer. But she's sending me to a cancer gynecologist in case. And they said I had to have a hysterectomy immediately. So on the 19th of March, I had a hysterectomy. And they had a pathologist in the operation, and it was cancer. And they had to take everything out, everything.
Wow, what went through your head when they told you?
Well, I woke up and they told me. I was very shocked. It was a heck of a shock. I think it was more of a shock to my family. The operation was very successful, but if I had waited any longer, it could have spread. I really thought, well, I'm going to die. It's the first thing that comes to mind is you're going to die. But I had 6 weeks to recover, and they told me I didn't need any more treatment because of they having taken everything out. It was very drastic to have everything taken out. The operation was an emotional roller coaster, and I went through 6 weeks of hell, I must be honest. But the amazing feeling that you had after that amazing, it changed me. I live not from day to day, but my whole personality's changed. I'm so much more vibrant. I just want to get going, and my body's changed. I also had a lot of iron infusions. I had to have it because of my iron levels, but I'm very grateful that I did it when I did, and I should have done it sooner, but I've come out as a success story at the moment. I have to have 6 monthly checkups, but that's just the way it is for the rest of my life. And I'm very grateful for where I stand today. It could have been worse.
I'm really so happy also that you just caught you caught it in time and they could remove everything. And I know you said your previous checkup was all clear and your next one is now next month, hey?
That's right. Right.
No, I trust you'll receive good news again. It's amazing to hear actually how it changed you for the better.
It did.
Lesley, and now tell us a bit about the financial side, did you have a good medical aid? Could they assist you, or,
I had medical aid and I had gap cover, but it still didn't cover everything. It didn't. And it was quite a bit of a, what am I going to do next? How am I going to get through this? And a lot of the time, the doctors wanted stuff up front. I mean, none of the doctors are cheap. None of those doctors are not cheap. The hospital was amazing. That was covered. But everything else, I mean, I even thought, well, should I take a loan or should I do something? But I had Platinum Life. And I'll never forget it. I phoned Platinum Life at the beginning of everything happening, and they sent me the forms. The longest thing that took was all my doctors to fill in the forms. But I pushed and I pressured all the different doctors to give it. And that costs money too, just to have them fill in the forms. And I pushed through it, and I sent in my forms in the 21st of the 4th. And I was given a lady by the name of Lesley Finlay to deal with my case. What an amazing lady. I said to her, I'm going to phone you every week and see how things go. Don't worry to phone me. I will phone you. And every week she would say to me, this is how far it is. And it was just so amazing. I still had my doubts. What is going to happen? Is it going to happen? I've heard things where you have these policies and it just doesn't pay out. And when it did pay out, I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. I was actually quite shocked. But it paid for all those things extra that during that 6 weeks where it was a little bit of a haywire, I've been able to make myself debt-free for anything else now for the future. Besides that, Leandi, when you phoned me and told me that I'm going to get a present, and I got this amazing present from Platinum Life. Wow, what company is this? I can't talk enough about you guys. I've never experienced anything like this. You always get rejected and you always talk about rejection. Platinum Life has made the difference in my life. I must be honest with you. Honest and truly, it's given me hope for the future. And it's made a difference in my life. And something that I decided to do was I took some money and I bought myself a Yorkie, which I've wanted all my life.
Oh.
And the Yorkie arrives on my birthday at the end of the month. And that is my present to myself from Platinum Life.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I feel honored to be a part of that, that it was such a positive outcome for you and experience for you. Yes.
And Platinum Life made it more possible by just the way you people have been with me on this journey, and Mandalee especially. She's been amazing, and I thank her, and I thank you, Leandi, for what you have done for me and your chats, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's in the tough times and all the tough times and the things that I've been through, I thank you people for making that better. You can't take back what happened, but it is part of the journey, and a good journey in the end.
Yes. I wanted to ask you also, do you have any family history of cancer?
No.
Not at all?
No. Nothing. Nothing. My daughters were called in. The one daughter was called in with me to the oncology gynecologist and said, you must watch. My mum died at 80. My grandmother was both blood pressure, my mum and my grandmother. I don't have any blood pressure problems. So my girls were told to watch. Nobody in my family has had cancer in any form, actually.
Okay. But Lesley, just also now lastly, do you have any advice for ladies out there, who might also think, well, as you now said, there's no family history of cancer. It's not going to happen to me.
Don't wait. Don't worry about whether there's a history or no history. If you feel that there's something wrong with your body, don't wait. Don't leave it like I left it. and go through the journey. When I thought, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to have to go and do chemo, I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to do that. Go with your heart, and know that there is an end point. It may not always be a happy one, but don't leave it. Don't wait. Please don't wait. That's my advice to any lady. No matter what it is, don't wait.
Sound advice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lesley. And I thank you again for your time. All right.